NewsX, so we're tracking some fresh updates as far as the war in the Middle East is concerned. Fresh footage circulating online allegedly shows a missile in flight towards a U.S. military facility in Kuwait amid escalating tensions between Iran and the United States, while Iran has claimed retaliatory strikes against U.S. assets. My colleague Brian Anthony Thomas with us on the broadcast to share further details. Brian, we've seen what's taking place in the Middle East escalate quite sharply after U.S. strikes. U.S. claims that it was carrying out strikes against Iranian drones. But it has, and information we have so far has confirmed that the strikes have taken place near the port city of Bandar Abbas. And in retaliation, we're now seeing strikes towards U.S. military bases in Kuwait. And these fresh visuals have also come out allegedly showing a missile in flight towards this facility. What are you tracking as far as updates on the ground are concerned?
Pia, yes, clearly as of now, there have been fresh attacks that have been escalating so far. There have been conversations about the fact that there is peace negotiation would be happening. But still now, even amidst this, all of this is going on, U.S. has started attacking on Iranian bases itself. And as a retaliatory attack, Iran has also not stopped themselves. And now Iran has targeted, rather, a U.S. air base in Kuwait used to launch attacks on Bandar Abbas that we've been tracking for a very long time. And this has been going on. There have been footages that we are flashing on a screen where U.S. have been stating the fact that U.S. started attacking on Iran as a self-defense, measures to highlight themselves and to also certain themselves. And now even to the fact that IRGC has clearly stated that they will not be keeping shut, and they started attacking on U.S. And not just U.S., they were literally attacked the U.S. airbase. And reportedly, they've been saying that there have been many casualties, even though it is not confirmed about the number of casualties that have been going on. But as what we are getting to know from our sources, there can be more than 200 people who might have even be reportedly casualties or have been reported. So clearly, the to and fro between both U.S. and Iran have been going on as they were earlier trying to negotiate on a peace deal. But again, now what it feels like it has all gone in vain, because the attacks have started escalating on a major level at this point of time. Yes.
Absolutely. And Brian, stay on with us. Of course, what we've seen is basically regional tensions escalating sharply. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has claimed that it targeted a U.S. military base in Kuwait in response to what it described as an American violation of the ceasefire. The numbers that you just read out, of course, Brian, they're not confirmed as of now, so we'll take it with a pinch of salt. They're just reports coming in. But in a strongly worded statement, the IRGC has stated that the strike was an initial response to the United States and has warned that any further aggression or repeated violations by the United States would face a stronger and more decisive retaliation. The developments have further, of course, highlighted these tensions, and this, of course, has come as the United States has carried out fresh strikes inside Iran, targeting what reports have described as threats to American forces and maritime traffic near the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. officials have stated that 4 Iranian drones were destroyed and a launch site in Bandar Abbas was struck moments before another drone attack could be launched. The U.S. has described the operation as a defensive action aimed at protecting the fragile ceasefire and preventing further escalation in the region. What's also interesting is that there was a cabinet meeting that was held by Donald Trump. It's his 12th such cabinet meeting since he took oath of office and returned to the Oval Office once again. And in this particular meeting, he stated that the strait is going to be open to everybody. It is international waters. The U.S. will watch over it, but nobody is going to control it. And in the aftermath of that meeting, all of this escalation and these strikes and counter strikes have now taken place. Joining me on the broadcast is Major Mohammad Ali Shah. Sir, thank you so much for taking our time and speaking to us on NewsX. Shocking escalation has taken place between U.S. and Iran. Kuwait is now caught in the crossfire since it hosts US military bases as well. In the aftermath of Trump's statements during his cabinet meeting, do you think the United States will escalate, or will they leave this here? Because according to reports, Iran has fired some missiles, not just drones, perhaps some missiles as well, on the US military bases in Kuwait. US, of course, is maintaining that this is more of a defensive posture that it is adopting currently. These are defensive strikes that are taking place. But how do you see the situation really panning out?
Right, that's a very, very good question. Firstly, Eid Mubarak to all our viewers. And the violation of ceasefire, because there has been temporary peace at the moment right now, be it Iran, Israel, America, the Strait of Hormuz, 3 missiles, 3 attacks, the whole Bandar Abbas has been shaken up, in fact. So, of course, Iran did a retaliatory strike at the American air bases, military bases in Kuwait, in fact, for that matter. So now, will America go ahead and escalate these strikes? Well, it was not anticipated. People were saying that a lot of trade pundits, a lot of defense analysts were saying that America will not have the guts to now once again target Iran and go ahead with the attacks. But the very fact that they have done it again, so Iran is definitely not going to keep quiet or is going to take it lying down. Iran is going to react. As Newton's law of motion says, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So when this thing happens, it's going to escalate and become worse. They say a stitch in time saves 9. Here, well, the conditions from both the sides, be it from America, be it from Iran, they have been unrealistic. And when we talk about Islamabad talks, the peace talks, the ceasefire talks in Pakistan, it was all a big hogwash. Let me tell you that right from the very beginning, we knew that it would not lead to anywhere, and that's so happened. The talks failed completely. So if they do not stop the escalation right now, there's going to be hell to pay for the world, not only in terms of casualty or in terms of war, but as America says that no one owns Strait of Hormuz. If anyone tries taking captivity of Strait of Hormuz, we will teach them a lesson. But then again, Iran is not going to listen. Iran, and by blocking Strait of Hormuz, in fact, the whole world is going to suffer with regard to the gas, the petroleum, the LPG, the trade. The routes will be blocked and chock-a-blocked. What do we do then? And when there is going to be shortage of LPG, there would be gas crisis, that would be a time the whole world, not just India, or the countries where the 20% of the gas comes from, the oil comes from Strait of Hormuz, the fuel comes from Strait of Hormuz. All the countries in the world will say, we do not want this war. Either they would be forced to participate in it or forced to mediate talks for peace. Now, what is more convenient? What is more easier? It will be very difficult for them to mediate talks for peace. So, unfortunately, not willingly, a lot of countries would have to forcibly take part in this war if it escalates further. And then there is a risk of this war becoming a global war, which so far, touch wood, it has not happened.